Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday to you all. How you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Woo! Well, it's gonna be a busy day, honey. We'll be back later on tonight to do the live after show for the Real Housewives of Potomac, and then tomorrow the Whether You Like It or Not panel will be right here. So make sure you guys are ready for the Whether You Like It or Not panel. We will be right here tomorrow around 8:15 ish. Y'all know I always gotta add the ish, cause you know how y'all people be doing. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. So listen, got a few announcements we're gonna make, and then we're gonna get into the things of the things, and then I'm gonna do a members only. We're gonna go into members only right after this. Give me about like a 30-minute window from the time we end this. We're gonna do a members only. I told you guys we would do one this weekend. And I don't know if y'all paid attention, but yesterday I did about 5 videos. So I didn't do a members only. I decided I was just going to try to get caught up on my reviews, which I'm still not caught up on. I still owe you guys 2 Bell Collectives, 2 Real Housewives of Miami's, 1 Chasing Atlanta, and I think that might be it. So I still owe y'all like 5 reviews. So yeah. So we're gonna get caught. I'm gonna try to get caught up today. So yeah, but we will go do a members only right after this. So if you just be ready. And if you're a member, you can always catch the replay. You know, it's very, y'all know how it is. It's very informal. We just hang out and we chill out and we talk about the things of the things. Sometimes I say stuff I can't say publicly. Sometimes I just tell y'all too much of my business. You know, sometimes y'all tell me a lot of y'all's business. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. Let me say hi to the people, and then we're going to get this party started. Don, what's up, boo? Don had a live first thing this morning. It's funny because I was going to already talk about that situation because I had seen it last night, and I said, let me get Don. Let me see what he has to say. And me and him are on the same page. We usually are. Sometimes we disagree, but listen, ain't that what life is about? Hey, Des Hop, what's going on? So Jeff, Lemon Kush, Cub Star, Janae, what's going on? You have questions for me? Drop them in the link. Or you want to do it in members only? You can go ahead and drop it in the link. Oh, when will the meet and greet? We talk about it. Listen, we can talk about that in the members only. But if you had other questions, go ahead and drop them. Renee Kennard, excuse me. Yana. Hey, Sharice. One Choice. Amber Shelley. Said I'm ready for this hot tea. What's up, Ebbs? You didn't feel well enough to go to church today? I know you sick and you ain't go to church, honey. Hey, Sweet Pea Montrez. Melly. Lisa Matt, and a partridge and a pear tree. Okay. Nina Supreme, Diva. What's up, Queen Diva? Okay. So let's get into it. Yeah, we usually don't do Sunday morning lives because usually on Sunday morning, I usually do work from home. Sunday mornings is when I will work on stuff I need to do for school, grade papers or that kind of thing. And I'm just not doing it today. So that's why y'all don't really see me on Sunday mornings a lot. And then I watch football. But it's the last week of the regular season. So my Sundays will free up in about another month after the Super Bowl. My Sundays will free up. But anyway, that's why y'all don't usually see me on Sundays. Because in the morning, I'm usually doing schoolwork stuff. So. Okay. So I was supposed to go to church this morning too, but I didn't go because we'll talk about that in members only, but my plans changed. But I am going to see my parents this afternoon. Hey Phil, what's up? What's up? What's up? So let's get into these things. So first of all, I just want to talk about, I'm gonna get to the 2 main stories, but let's talk about some of these preliminary situations before we get into the 2 main stories I kind of want to talk about. First of all, okay, Halle married and confirmed she had a baby. Listen, I honestly wasn't following it because I don't know her like that. Like I know who she is, but I don't know her like that. I mean, I know her and her sister were Beyonce's proteges. I know they can sing their asses off. One of them was the Little Mermaid. Was she the one that was the Little Mermaid? Was Halle the Little Mermaid? One of them was the Little Mermaid. And one of them was in The Color Purple. I think both Halle was in The Little Mermaid and The Color Purple. I believe. What's up, DC Kool-Aid and Lisa? What's up? So Halle was both of them. Okay. So Halle was the Little Mermaid, and she was young Celie. Okay. Am I saying her name wrong? What the girl name? Ain't it Halle? I said Berry, didn't I? I keep saying Halle Berry. Listen, Bailey, Halle Bailey. Okay. And Chloe was in something. What was Chloe in? Chloe was in a movie or something. Wasn't she? Wasn't Chloe in something, y'all? And then I remember that everybody started questioning. Abby, don't do that. We're gonna talk about it till I'm done talking about it. And then I remember that everybody was making a big deal about, oh, she had the sex scene. Okay. Then they made a big deal. I remember people was questioning whether she was pregnant or not, and seeing if she had the bump, seeing if she was covering herself. And then I remember there was a whole thing where Chloe was defending her sister, and then Fucky Dineva sort of came at her or whatever. Okay. Chloe was the one that had the sex scene. Okay. See, I don't, So here's my thing about the situation. I really don't care. I didn't care that she was pregnant. I didn't even care what she was hiding her pregnancy or not. I didn't care that she had a baby. I didn't care that she didn't have a baby. I understand why people cared. Because there's sometimes I do care. There's some people I do care. But for her, I didn't, only because I just don't follow her and I don't know who she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. My only issue, and I know some people might be like, why is that your issue? Why do you care? Because I do. My only issue is when people lie and then come out later and be like, ta-da! That is what I don't like. Don't play in my face. Don't play in my face. Don't make me think, well, Abby, you don't care about anything. So we understand why you don't understand why people care, because you don't care about nothing. So, but, because I still remember when Jennifer Lopez was pregnant. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying she said she was or she wasn't. I'm not saying, I'm not talking about her. I'm saying in general. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. I'm going to talk about. I remember when Jennifer Lopez was pregnant with them twins. She was still married to Mark Anthony, and they was on stage together. They was in concert together. And everybody, you could clearly see the baby bump. You could clearly see the baby bump. The wind caught that dress at the right angle, and you saw the baby bump, right? And her ass came down here and told everybody she wasn't pregnant. Talking about something, and when I am pregnant, I will let y'all know. I mean, she like really was like, I ain't pregnant, and when I get pregnant, I will tell you I am pregnant. It was like one of them things. And then like 4 months later, congratulations, we have twins, ma'am. We knew you was pregnant. We saw the whole bump. I don't like that. Now, do people have a right to mind their business? Sure. Do people have a right to not tell us their business? Sure. But I don't like lying in my face. That I don't like. Now, I feel like Halle Berry, Bailey, whatever the girl name is, I feel like they was playing this whole cat and mouse game over the last couple of months. But here's the thing. If she didn't want to tell us, you said, okay, hold on. Cubstar said DDG posted her sonogram in April. He started it. Now, I will say this. I did see where the boyfriend kept trolling. And I think ultimately that's why people cared. Here's why I think people care, Abby, to answer your question. One, I think people cared because we as a society, not individually, not you, not me, not the next person, but we as a society, we invest in the people that we stand for. We invest in the people that we like and we love, right? And because we invest in those people, there's a part of us that want to be included in the milestones of their life. There's also a part of us that thinks that we get an opinion on what they do with their life. Again, I'm not saying that she should, she shouldn't. I ain't saying I agree or disagree. I'm telling you why I think people care. I think that we feel like we are invested and we have a say-so in what they do with their life. That is my opinion. I think that people had an idea in their mind that Halle was this angelic, perfect, was going to do everything right type person. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's where a lot of people come into play. A lot of people, I think people care because she's a Disney princess. Well, let me say this, Ruru. The people was giving her a hard time just because she was a Disney princess anyway. It didn't matter what she did. Like you know, she was black. Y'all remember all that was going on. She was getting death threats and everything else. People be protective during their first, but I mean, it wasn't just her first trimester, ma'am. She was the whole 9-10 months. I understand the first trimester. A lot of people don't say anything. And listen, let me say this. I understand not telling anybody, period, full stop. I do. I'm just saying, I think this is why some people felt some kind of way. Because listen, I don't know. I mean, outside of my family and my friends, even if I were a celebrity, I don't know if I would feel the need to make a grant. No, you mean, but she was already out of her first trimester, is what I'm saying. I'm saying she literally was like, I'm not pregnant. If I was pregnant, I would let you know. And then 4 months later, she had babies. She was clearly out of her first trimester. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Because I understand the first trimester situation. Do we invest or are we invited? We invest. I don't think. Let me say this to you. For the exception of a few celebrities that I know court the paparazzi and call the paparazzi and tell the paparazzi where they're going to be, I think we invest. I think very few celebrities invite us. Now, there are some, I agree, there are some celebrities that invite us, but very few celebrities invite us into their life. We invest. That's my opinion. And I think that has something to do with it too, Chef Don Don. I think they don't like who she's with. I think they don't like DDG. If she were dating, give me a young hot throb that everybody likes. If she were dating, everybody like Bryson Tiller, right? He ain't done nothing crazy. If she were dating Bryson Tiller, I think everybody would be like, oh, it's so cute. The songbirds are together. Oh, he's so sweet. I think a lot of it had to do with that too, that they didn't like who she was with. I think that had a lot to do with it too. A lot of they can hide their pregnancy extremely well, like Eva Mendes did. We don't know she had the baby until 4 months after she gave birth. Right. A lot of people. Shoot. Rihanna said the only reason why y'all found out about that baby at the Super Bowl is because that damn jumpsuit wouldn't zip up. She said the jumpsuit was supposed to, but I do feel like Riri, we still would have seen that bump, ma'am. Girl, even if that jumper had zipped up, we would have still seen it. But neither here nor there. She said she hadn't planned to reveal it at the Super Bowl. I think her belly just got bigger faster than she was ready for it to get bigger. Because if the thing wouldn't zip up, that tells me that at your last fitting, your belly wasn't as big as it was the night of the Super Bowl. I agree with you, Abby. I prefer Kerry Washington's method of famous people having kids. Child, we don't even know what them kids look like. We don't know what Janet Jackson's son. We've seen very few glimpses of Janet Jackson's son. I remember when Rosie O'Donnell, when she was hot and she first started adopting her children, she adopted her first son, baby. We never saw what that baby looked like. We never saw what that baby looked like. We always saw the back of his head. It was, I mean, there were very few glimpses of that boy's face. So I can agree with that. And again, if people choose to live their life out loud, that's their business. But for the people that say, listen, this is a private situation that I don't feel like I want to share with the world, I can understand that too. And I can absolutely respect that. As somebody who gets paid to come down here and talk about celebrity news, that's what I'm going to do. But do I understand people wanting to keep their business to themselves? Yes. I just don't like when you lie to me and then turn around and be like, not only did I have a baby, I had twins. But I mean, am I mad at J-Lo? No. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I like, F J-Lo? I ain't never buying J-Lo. I don't own no J-Lo records now. So, see, this thing look blurry. I need to close my window. That's why the color is looking off, because my window right there is open. And the sun, with the position of the sun. Don't ask for privacy and then constantly drop hints. Yeah, like I said, I do believe that he was trolling. Now, I don't think she was. I think she was doing everything in her power to stay under the radar. It's just unfortunate that at the time she got pregnant, she was in one of the biggest movies, one of the biggest movies coming out. She was able to, I feel like she also was able to hide a lot more because of the strike. They didn't really start doing press. Unfortunately, they started doing press, it seems like, I guess, right at the end of her pregnancy, and she had to wear them big ass bulky dresses that clearly, girl, But anyway, so congratulations to her and her family. Many blessings. Okay, many blessings. All right. Moving right along. In the same vein, well, we don't know that, black girl. People get pregnant all the time using birth control. Like, we don't know that they don't use birth control. Hell, put a one in the chat if you know somebody that got pregnant while on birth control, or you were one of them people that got pregnant while on birth control. We got to stop thinking like that. Birth control is not foolproof. The only thing that is foolproof is abstinence. There's nothing else that is foolproof. Not the shot, not a pill, not the what's the thing, the thing they put in to try to stop it. What's the thing? I forget now. Starts with a D. None of that. Not the pull-out method, not the rhythm method. There is nothing that is 100% other than abstinence. So we don't know that she didn't believe in birth control. We just know that she chose to have the baby. That's all we know. Moving on. Damn, Yana said twice. Damn. IUD. That's what I was thinking. No, no, not the IUD. The thing that you actually insert. Starts with a D. The IUD, yeah, I know that, but it's another one that's like a plastic it's not called a diaphragm, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it don't matter, child. It don't matter. Y'all know what I'm saying. Okay. Diaphragm. Oh, here's the diaphragm. Okay. Yeah, the diaphragm. Yeah, Depo. None of that. No, it's 100%. Right. Condoms. Right. Bad condom, both of my kids, but birth control, IUD seems to work, but I guess the spirit made it happen. Child, nothing is 100%. I'm telling you. Listen, I know people, I've heard stories, but neither here nor there. And they may have been. I don't know. They young, dumb, and full of so maybe they weren't. I don't know. But in the same vein of celebrities and minding our business, let me stroll down here to Ricky Smiley. Now, yesterday, a video surfaced of Ricky Smiley making his coffee. And in the midst of making his coffee, he broke down in tears. Like, he had a whole breakdown. Like, you could hear him. He walked off camera, but you could literally hear him breaking down. Like, it was the ugly cry. It was the snot. It was the, you know what I'm saying? It was all of that, right? It was all of that. And very quickly, and I'm not going to play it for the reason why I'm a little irritated at the whole situation. I'm not going to play the video. Y'all can go to any blog and they have the video up there. But here's my problem. The headline, every time I saw that in 3 different places. I'm not going to say where I saw it, but I saw it on 3 different blogs, maybe more. But I saw it at least 3 different blogs yesterday. And on all the blogs that I saw it on, it said, Ricky Smiley breaks down amid Cat Williams controversy. So everybody is connecting Ricky Smiley having this breakdown to the fact that him and Cat Williams are in this situation. Wait a minute, Vintage, you said that's not even a new video? That's an old video? You said that's not even a video? Was that confirmed to be a recent video? I saw people saying that was from last year. It might have been from last year. The point that I was going to make was this. Even if it's an old video, my point is still the same, but it may be an old video. It may be an old video, but even if the video is not old, my point's the same. Let me tell you why my point's the same. The other day when Ricky Smiley came down on his morning show to discuss the Cat Williams, when he gave his side of the story about the Money Mike situation. He literally said, I'm not going to go back to the video because I don't have the timestamp and I don't want to waste time trying to get to the timestamp. But he literally said towards the end of that video, he literally said, listen, right now, I'm not even in Birmingham. He said, because this is January of last year is when my son died. I am dealing with seasonal depression. He said, I am he didn't say facility. He said, I am someplace right now getting intense therapy. He didn't say facility. He didn't say he checked himself into a hospital. But he said, I am physically not even in Birmingham right now because I am somewhere dealing with my depression because of the grief, because this is the anniversary of my son's death. He said, I am not even at home. I'm doing my radio show from somewhere else right now because I'm in the process of getting therapy because I'm grieving my son. So even if that's an old video, my point is the same. People are assuming that Ricky Smiley is having this whole breakdown over Cat Williams and what Cat Williams said. And this man literally just told y'all that he is somewhere getting therapy for his depression, dealing with the 1-year anniversary of his son's death. And it pissed me off so bad. And it's now, for y'all to say that's not even a new video, that pisses me off even more. Because again, here we are, because now instead of people just trying to connect dots that don't exist, now somebody went out of their way to be malicious and create this storyline. If that is an old video that somebody found somewhere in Ricky Smiley's archives or whatever, that means that somebody is purposefully being malicious and trying to create this situation. And that just pisses me off. Because again, before I even heard that this might not even be real, I knew what Ricky Smiley said about him dealing with the depression and how he's in therapy right now. You know what I'm saying? It just pisses me off. Somebody said, how did his son die? His son died of a drug overdose last January. Quintessa just said that makes more sense because I couldn't believe the cat situation. Yeah, I don't believe that Ricky Smiley would first of all, I don't believe that Ricky Smiley would have broke down over the Cat Williams situation. I'm going to be honest with you. Does it piss him off? Does it hurt his feelings? Does it make him feel some kind of way? Maybe all of the above. But when I say he did the ugly cry, I mean, you could hear it. That wasn't no, my feelings are hurt cry. You know what I'm saying? That was some, I'm hurt. Like you could hear, I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to play the video because it pissed me off. So I'm not going to play it. But I'm sure y'all can find it. It's out there. Y'all go to the more pop. I said I saw it on 3 different blogs. I'm sure y'all can guess one of those blogs that I saw it on, and y'all can find it. That's awful. This is the first I've heard about it, but I knew the anniversary of his son's death was coming up. Yeah, he said that when he did the audio that we listened to a little bit of it the other night when we were talking about Cat Williams. He mentioned it towards the end. If you that audio is like 17-20 minutes long. If you go to like the last 5 minutes, I believe it's like towards the end. My son has been gone for 22 years and I still get sad in July, September. Exactly. And as your friend, I know as Ebby's friend, I already know. I have another friend who has the same situation, and it's around this time of year that he deals with the loss of his child. And I always, got to check in with him around this time of year, So I get it. So that's why it just pissed me off when I saw that yesterday. Well, Steve is probably having a full meltdown. Mr. Potato Head has been radio silent. Plus, a lot of comics have no remorse for him during this. For who? Steve Harvey? Sure. Listen, and I want y'all to understand that my point of view on the Cat Williams situation is in no way a defense of Steve Harvey. None. Okay. All right, moving on. So I just wanted to mention that, and I'm sending prayers to Ricky Smiley and his family right now. while they're processing and dealing with this. Y'all, a few people, when I say y'all, I don't mean everybody. A few people have asked me about Gypsy Rose and my opinion, or I don't know what they wanted me to discuss. I don't know what they wanted me to discuss about Gypsy Rose, but people ask me about Gypsy Rose, my opinion, my thought. I don't know what they wanted me to say about Gypsy Rose. But let me say this. For those who do not know who Gypsy Rose is, Gypsy Rose was released from jail this week. And Gypsy Rose, she was a victim of Munchausen syndrome. Was it by proxy? I believe is the actual appropriate name is by proxy. Since dealing with the death of his son, you can't be that arrogant to think Ricky Smiley was what they do. And again, if somebody actually went into his archives to find that video, that's somebody that was just purposefully just trying to be messy and create something. So Gypsy Rose, for those who do not know, and there's documentaries that were done even before her release. I think there's a 3A documentary that's coming on Lifetime. I think she's actually filming something now. And listen, I'm not mad about none of it. You never heard of Gypsy Rose? Okay, so Gypsy Rose was a young girl who, this was before, actually, I would say this is probably the beginning of the whole, I don't know where we were with the social media world. But I know that Gypsy Rose was a young girl whose mother came down here and told everybody that the girl was sick. She had all these illnesses. And people raised the money and people gave her money. I think even bought her a house, bought her a van so her mother could get her back and forth to her doctor's appointments. Like that was one of them situations where like everybody, you watch the doc on Netflix. I had seen the documentary a few years ago. I haven't watched the new one, but I remember enough of it, you know. And so Gypsy Rose eventually found a little boyfriend. She hid it from her mother. She had to, she had to hide it from her mom or whatever. I think they were talking through the computer game or something like that. Or she had gotten a secret account on AOL. I don't remember all of those details, but somehow she met up with some dude. And like I remember they told one story about how she lied. They went to go see the Snow White or one of them princess movies or something, and she went to the bathroom and he met her in the bathroom and they was in the bathroom, getting to know each other behind her mother's back. And the girl was in a wheelchair and everything, child. Well, come to find out, it wasn't wrong with that girl. Her mother shaved her head. Her mother got her teeth pulled out unnecessarily. Her mother had her endure these very painful surgeries unnecessarily. Her mama had her rolling around in a wheelchair. The girl didn't go to school. Like, it was her mother, it was a lot, right? Eventually, the more she got close with this guy, the more I guess she started seeing the real world outside of, had her organs removed, all kinds of stuff. The more that I guess he opened her eyes up to what was really going on and what the real world was about outside of the world that her mother had created. And basically, her and the boy killed the mama. Her and the boy, they killed the mama so they could get away. So she was released from jail this week. She actually got out early. I think she got out like 2 years early. I don't know what people want me to say about her. Like, I don't know what opinion I'm supposed to have. Listen, I'm not mad about, we know that unaliving somebody is wrong, but I absolutely understand why she felt like that was her only way out. I understand why she felt like that was a desperate move that was in that moment. And I don't think, at the time they tried to make it seem like, oh, she did that so she could be with the boyfriend. I don't think she did it so she could be with, yeah, she did. But I think she also did it because I don't think again, imagine being in a place where you literally have to pretend like you are sick in order for your very existence. Like I said, unnecessary surgeries, shaving your hair, having to be in a wheelchair, having to go on TV and tell all these lies about how sick. And the thing was, At one point, Gypsy Rose, I think, thought she was sick. I think when she started realizing that she wasn't as sick as her mother made it out to be, is when she started coming out of this funk. But I think she thought she was sick for a long time. So yeah, I mean, like Abby said, I hope she live a nice, prosperous life. She's married. She's married to a teacher. They making a little bit of money. She was on The View on Friday. She's got the documentary. Like, I'm not mad about it. Yeah, Miss Toby, she out there. Listen, get your money, because in about 2 weeks they're gonna forget about you. So make all the money you can make so you can start your new life. Because the reality is, if she hadn't done that to her mama, I mean, in my opinion, she would eventually have been gone. Because I mean, it ain't but so many times you could just be sick and pretend to be sick and have unnecessary surgeries and all that. I mean, it ain't but so many times you're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? My question is why the boyfriend was not released too, because he actually did it, and so he got his sentence was he got more years than she got. His sentence was more than hers was, because I think he actually physically did it. So I think he had more years. But I think he's supposed to be out. Well, I don't listen. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. All right. So that is Gypsy Rose. Like I said, y'all asked me about it, so I said I'll go ahead and tell y'all how I think. I mean, I have no opinion one way or the other. Live your best life. Do I think that she's a danger to society? I don't. And I could be wrong, but I don't. I don't think that she's a danger to society. Um, yeah, I don't. Oh, the boyfriend got life without parole. Oh, well then he's not going nowhere. He not. He better file uh for he better file for he better file for pardon. And I guess if I were on the jury, I don't know if I would look at him differently than I looked at her if I were on the jury. Like, you knew there were other options. You could have called the police, you could have got her away, you could have kidnapped her. Well, not kidnapped her, but you could have taken her away. Like the same way y'all did that whole plan in the middle of the night, and I think they drugged the mama so she would be asleep and all that. Y'all could have just left. And you could have went to the authorities. You know what I'm saying? It never matched. So what you had said don't match. What? For you, what are you talking about? Is that a troll? I don't know what for you. I don't know what that is. Is that a troll, or are you just not speaking in complete sentences? Because I don't know what you're talking about. So what you had said, what does that mean? Yeah, I'm gonna need you to make a complete sentence, or I'm just gonna think you're a troll and we're gonna get you out of here. All right. They determined that he was a psychopath. Ooh, okay. What do I think about Natalia Grace? I don't know that story. I'm not familiar with it. What's the story of Natalia Grace? I'm not familiar. Tell me what the story is about, Sharice. I don't have an opinion because I don't know. I don't know who. I don't think I know who that is. Let me say that. Maybe if you tell me, it might fresh my memory, but I don't know. All right. Now, oh y'all in the see, I don't know problems coming down here in the oh, I owe y'all two apologies. I owe y'all two apologies. I forgot to give y'all my other apology the other day. I was wrong about Gary Owen when I said that Gary Owen got hit with a stray bullet. And y'all were trying to tell me, no, I think he was saying that Gary Owen wouldn't sell out and that's why he can't cross over. Y'all are correct. That is what he was saying, and I apologize. So Cat Williams was not hitting Gary Owen with a stray bullet, okay? He was saying that because Gary Owen won't sell out, he can't cross over. And so my apologies. I was wrong. I misspoke. So that's my first apology. That's my first apology. Because y'all know I ain't got no problem coming down here telling y'all when I'm wrong or when I misunderstood something or when I didn't have all the information. Because sometimes y'all see stuff I don't see. Okay. Y'all do. I'm just, it is what it is. Now, my second apology is now I said already did Tracy. No, no, wait a minute, hold on, stop. I already told y'all. No, okay, let me put a pin in that. I don't have nothing to apologize about Krishan or Cardi. What am I apologizing about? I did say that I was giving Krishan, trying to give her grace. I never was under the illusion that Krishan wasn't out here and toxic. I was just trying to give her grace because of her story. And I don't know what you want me to apologize about Cardi. I love Cardi. What am I supposed to apologize about Cardi for? Moving on. All right. Not Bully B. That's exactly what he's saying. The people who've been kept out are people who wouldn't bend the knee or bend over. I'm not going. I mean, that's what you. I'm just talking about Gary Owen. I ain't talking about everything he said. I'm just talking about Gary Owen. Okay. The other thing is, we talked about this Taraji P. Henson situation and her money and her not being paid. And somebody said that she was talking about The Color Purple, and I was like, I think she's just talking in general. I don't think she's just talking about. I didn't think she was talking about The Color Purple. I said, well, I don't think that she'd be out here blasting The Color Purple on The Color Purple press tour. So I think she's just talking about being a black woman in Hollywood in general. Girl, no, she's talking about The Color Purple. I mean, she's still talking about Hollywood, but baby, you can love The Color Purple. Now, here's what I'm going to say, because now we're finding out other things that Taraji is saying about her experience with The Color Purple. She talked about how they tried to give her rental cars. They tried to give her rental cars to drive herself to work. She was like, that is a liability. No, ma'am, Pam. They're supposed to send somebody to come and get us. Now we find out that they feed them people. It's not funny. Danielle Brooks is now talking about how they ain't get fed on the set until Taraji spoke up. You know, when they were on set and they was like halfway feeding them and all kinds of crazy stuff until Taraji spoke up and was like, no, ma'am, that is not how this is supposed to work. Right. It was COVID and they didn't put the proper safety precautions in set. Now, I'm going to say this. We know that Taraji is sitting down with Oprah. I don't know when it's supposed to come on because I'm probably not going to watch it. I don't know when it's supposed to come on, but Taraji's supposed to sit down with Oprah. So I don't know if some of this stuff is things, excuse me. No, you didn't miss Kelly Price. We're going to get there in a minute. I don't know if some of these are things that Taraji spoke of in her interview with Oprah, and that some of that information is leaking out because you know they do that. You know they'll leak certain things so that you go watch it. So I don't know. It came on last night. Okay, so maybe this is some of the stuff that was leaked from the interview or that came out after the interview. I don't know. But I have a couple of things to say. The first thing I have to say is all of this does not fall on the feet of Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey is an executive producer. And if you understand the definition of executive producer, it does not all fall at the feet of Oprah Winfrey. However, Oprah Winfrey is the face of this movie. It's called Oprah Winfrey Presents The Color Purple. Oprah has been on the press tour. Oprah, everywhere that these people went, you saw Oprah, right? Oprah was on she was out there. She was the face of it. She was, putting forth all of it. However, Oprah is not responsible for them people not getting food services appropriately on set. Oprah is not responsible for the fact that them people were told they could get a rental car down to the budget rental car office rather than get a car service pick them up. Oprah ain't responsible for the people not wearing masks or COVID protocols being put in place. That is who's running the production company. Now, we know the production company is Oprah's, but who is running the company? That falls under her operations and the people on that level. Do you really think that it is Oprah Winfrey's responsibility? Let's just take this back to the Oprah Winfrey show. let's just assume the Oprah Winfrey show was still on the air. Do you really think it was Oprah Winfrey's responsibility to make sure that them people had masks on? No, there is somebody whose job it is to make sure that there are masks there, that they're nude, that they're clean, that it's sanitary. It is their responsibility. Now, the problem comes into place is that Oprah decided she wanted to be the face of and put herself out there and be all in the video. You know what I'm saying? She decided to put herself out there, and so it's going to fall at her feet. And she also has a history of this. Remember what happened at her school over in Africa? Remember when all them things was going on at the school? And she said, I have to take responsibility. Because even though I put people in charge and I had people running the school, at the end of the day, the buck stops with me. It's my school, it's my name. So is it going to fall on her? Yes. But I have a bigger question. Why were y'all acting a fool down to the Oprah Winfrey Color Purple movie? Like, it sounds to me like y'all weren't even, and when I say y'all, I mean whoever was in charge. It sounds to me like y'all weren't even meeting the bare minimum of what you were supposed to be doing legally to even run the movie. If you were filming a movie during the Panorama, there were protocols put in place from the SAG and AFTRA and studios. Like, there was rules put in place from the powers that be for you to even be running these productions. In order for you to go back to work, I mean, we can go back and look and we can see how they had to film differently. You know what I'm saying? So who should we call out? I just told you who to call out. Whoever the people are. Like, I don't. Well, I mean, ultimately, again, ultimately, it's Oprah's name, it's Oprah's company. But what I'm saying is, so for example, if under my job description is on set safety, I don't know the proper title for that. But if part of my job description is that I'm supposed to be responsible for making sure that people on set are safe, whether it's pre-COVID, post, all of that. If my job is to make sure that safety things are put in place, then then the buck stops. That I'm responsible. If my job was to make sure that there was food adequately there, that it was 3 times, because they have craft services. Did they not employ craft services? So I mean, so that's what I mean when I say, so if my job, that's, again, like I said, if my job is to make sure that the food is there and that it's appropriately set up and that it's sanitary and that there's enough there to last throughout the day and that it's proper temperatures. If we put cheese out, it's not 100 degrees outside. You understand what I'm saying? If that is my job, then that's where the buck stops. And that's what I'm saying. That wasn't Oprah's job. Now, is it Oprah's company? Sure. You know what I mean? But it ain't Oprah's job. And I find it interesting that Taraji, there were other people on that set that had, I mean, for lack of a better word, clout, but they said that Taraji was the one that had to speak up. Right. Craft services, they usually have caterers. So who was in charge of that? I read somebody said they had to share rooms during the Panorama. That was not appropriate. That was out of protocol. All of them should have been calling their union reps. You see what I'm saying? Everybody on that set, the day I showed up and I had to share a dressing room in the middle of the Panorama, and I know that was a violation of what we were supposed to be doing, I would have been on the phone with my union rep. Why was it just Taraji that didn't say nothing? Don say, I actually blame everyone in the situation. Hold on. I actually blame everyone in the situation. Probably very unpopular opinion. I'm saying agents, assistant production. I'm with you. No, because here's the thing. Listen, I'm going, first of all, when they sent me paperwork to Enterprise car rental instead of a car service, and I know that is what the what the practice is. If the normal practice is that I'm supposed to be picked up and taken to set to and from set every day, and that is not, baby, I'm on the phone. Yeah, we got a Houston, we got a problem. When I showed up and I got there and I got to share a dressing room, Houston, we got a problem. If I in between scenes, I can't go over to the craft service table and give me a little coup d'etat. Houston, we have a problem. Now, were they using a union crew? This is sounding a lot like what Alex Baldwin had going on in Rust, where we see who getting sued. All of them getting sued. See, that's the thing. Alec Baldwin's name is at the top because he's the celebrity, but all of them are getting sued with that Rust situation. I would have called the SAG people on them anonymously, let them show up on the set. Like when the state follows up for inspection or healthcare facilities, I'll be an honorary Karen for the day. That ain't even being a Karen. That ain't being a Karen. That is making sure that you are getting what you are entitled to. A Karen is somebody that's trying to get something they ain't supposed to have and try and give you a hard time just because you are, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't possibly live in this building because you're black and I live in this building and this is an elite establishment. Like that's a Karen. Me showing up to work and expecting to get what I'm supposed to be getting on my job, that ain't a Karen, child. Feels like Taraji was the biggest star, so she was safer to voice the issues. Yeah, I can see that. The fact that no one said anything but Taraji speaks to a bigger issue. The other black female stars maybe felt they wouldn't be heard or scared. But it wasn't even just the female stars. I mean, none of them said anything. Nobody said nothing. So the other black actors are new to the game. Taraji is seasoned, so it makes sense that she will recognize. Danielle Brooks ain't that new to the game. I mean, I understand the point. The point that y'all are making is valid. I get that. The point that is valid. But Danielle Brooks ain't that new to the game. She's done multiple movies. She ain't that new to the game. Coleman Domingo, Corey Hawkins. I can understand Fantasia not making a stink. I definitely understand Fantasia not making a stink, child. Can we admit that our community have been forced to take it so long that they don't know how or when to advocate for themselves? I don't know if I want to word it that way, but your point is valid. I don't know if I want to word it that way for me to say yes, but your point is valid, Kim. I understand your point is valid. Your point is valid. Um, did they say that they spoke out? They said no change until Taraji did. Okay, maybe that's what it is then. That nothing was done until Taraji said something. Okay, that's okay. That's valid. That's valid. That's valid. That's valid. If nobody did anything until Taraji spoke up, okay, I get it. I get it. Yeah. And again, I'm not giving Oprah no pass because listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Oprah Winfrey. I mean, I don't dislike, let me not say that. I don't dislike Oprah Winfrey, but I was never one of those people that felt like Oprah Winfrey walked on water. Like I was never one of those people that was like, Oprah, Oprah, I was never one of those people that I like Oprah. Did I grow up watching the Oprah Winfrey show? I absolutely did. But I never was one of those people that lived in that space of Oprah was, you know what I mean? So I don't want nobody to think that because I'm not. I'm just saying we gotta look at the whole picture. And the whole picture, I think the bigger point is we're looking at a black production. Were they forced to take shortcuts or did they choose to take shortcuts? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. People have a tendency to wait until somebody else says something. I just hope the industry does not blackball Taraji for speaking out. Oh, they are. And but here's the question: what does Taraji have to? What is she going to lose? I mean, at this point, she said she wasn't making the money that she should have been making against her white counterparts, right? I mean, her getting blackballed, what's she gonna lose? So But Taraji is in a space right now on the outside looking in, because again, everything always looks different from the outside looking in. But on the outside looking in, she could be blackballed, but she's in a space to create, in my opinion, to create her own venues. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion. A lot of people are comparing Taraji to Monique, saying, well, how come when Monique did it, everybody had a problem with it, but when Taraji's doing it, then everybody is hearing it. I can only speak for myself, because some people might say it's the same thing, but I can only speak for myself. I just think it's all about delivery. And some people might say, hey, well, Uncle, I don't like the term Uncle Tom, because I think if people understood what Uncle Tom, what the character Uncle Tom was in the movie, they wouldn't use that term, but neither here nor there. Some people might say, oh, you too passive, really be, oh, you a sellout, oh, you don't understand, oh, da 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 da. Listen, if y'all knew my history, then y'all would understand. My father used to call me the militant midget, because I'm not that tall, and my daddy used to call me the militant midget. Okay, it's not a situation where I think sometimes it's just delivery, and if you choose to deliver your statement in a way, you got to be prepared for how people are going to receive it. And I just think it was Monique's delivery, not so much them. You can go back in my archives. You will never ever hear me say that I don't think that Black women are paid disproportionate to white women in any arena, much less Hollywood. You ain't never going to hear me say that, ever. But I did have my issues with how and some of what Monique said. I also feel like, and I could be wrong, I'm telling you how I felt. I'm not telling you the reality. I'm telling you how I felt. I also felt like Monique was coming from a place of me. I felt like Taraji was coming from a place of we. I could be wrong, but that's how I received it. That's how I received it. Now, I ain't saying it's right. I'm telling you how I received it. When I heard Monique talk, it was coming from a place of me. When I heard Taraji talk, it was coming from a place of we. That's how I received it. But I could be wrong. That's just how I received it. Thank you, Phil. I love you, really be about Uncle Tom. Yeah, if people understood what read the book Uncle Tom's Cabin. If you read the book Uncle Tom's Cabin, you'll understand that term was taken out of context and used to throw back at us and throw it at us in a place that the character Uncle Tom really wasn't a bad person. It wasn't a traitor. He wasn't a sellout. But anyway, people will move mountains when they like you. Yeah. And and the other thing too, Monique would do stuff like, I'm gonna use an example, and I know y'all, I ain't trying to go back down to Monique Road. I'm just gonna use an example. People tried to talk to Monique to help her. And whenever people tried to talk to Monique to help her, she would throw them under the bus to try to prove her point. She did it to Whoopi. She did it. I mean, y'all know I remember Whoopi specifically, but she specifically did it to Whoopi. And she did it to other people as well. But that does not make you any friends. I feel the reason Monique wasn't being heard was because she blamed specific people and was about herself. Yeah. Monique was rude. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I took it. Now, again, I know there are going to be people that are going to say, no, really need that. That's how I took it. That's how I heard it. That's how I received it. So Monique was really just upset over not getting the money she wanted for a comedy special. Right. People weren't listening. Whoopi should have known better. She recently got it because Whoopi was blackballed too for not playing ball. Whoopi been blackballed from the beginning of her career. She wasn't recently blackballed. Whoopi has always been on the outside. If you hear her tell her story, Whoopi has always been on the outside. Abby said, Monique aggravate my nerves. I'm still waiting for that Netflix special to be funny. Child. Right, Chef Don, right. Taraji didn't tell nobody to suck her wee-wee. And she wasn't specific. She said in Hollywood. She gave specific examples, but she said this has been my experience in Hollywood. But anyway, so again, I see what people are doing a comparison. That's my 2 cents on the comparison. That's my 2 cents. Thank you, L Love. L Love, if you here, thank you. I got your Cash App yesterday. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you so much for your support. And Monique didn't have the current track record that Taraji has. That's true too. There's never a right way to deliver what Monique and Taraji said. I agree with you, though. Monique was a little more self-serving to Steve. The stuff he was saying really exposed him. Monique put her husband out there to say that he didn't like what was going on. He doesn't know anything about show business. Monique should just speak on her own. Okay. During the 80s and 90s, Whoopi got not during. Yes, Rashad, go back. Whoopi got all of the roles, even roles people thought it didn't make sense. It wasn't until Barbara reached out that she came back into the limelight. She said that on The View. No. She said, okay, now I'm not going to say she didn't say that on The View. I'm going to say I've heard her say other things as well. Whoopi Goldberg, if you look at her movie career, Whoopi Goldberg never got the roles that people thought she should have gotten. Did she get offered roles? Yes. She worked. She absolutely worked. But look at the types of movies that she made. After she was nominated for, after The Color Purple, people expected her to get the Meryl Streep type offers, and she never did. Instead, she was doing Jumpin' Jack Flash and soap opera and Eddie and Burglar and, movies like that. Whoopi never got the roles. Never is a strong word. Whoopi did not consistently get the roles that people thought she should have gotten. Did she get opportunities? Yes. Did she get the roles that people thought she should have gotten? No. Whoopi had been blackballed when Barbara Walters reached out to her. Whoopi had most recently been blackballed because of her TV show Whoopi that she did on NBC, and because she made a lot of jokes about Bush. She was president at the time, and people was like, "Oh no, that's a bridge too far. You did too much." And she had most recently been blackballed, but Whoopi had dealt with that her entire career. She said that. She said that multiple times. She's a comedy. Whoopi took what she wanted, which was really good movies. That's not true, Rashad. We're gonna have to disagree. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one. I disagree, and I've heard Whoopi say differently. But anyway, I really feel Whoopi should be the face of The Color Purple, not Oprah. Look at it that way. I agree with Really B. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that those movies weren't funny movies, but she got go back and Google the reviews for those movies, and you will read some of the reviews talking about how critical they were of Whoopi Goldberg doing these movies. I used to be an avid Siskel and Ebert person. And I don't know if y'all even know who Siskel and Ebert is. What up, Markel? I used to be an avid Siskel and Ebert person. I watched every Sunday. I watched Siskel and Ebert, and you would hear the way they talked about Whoopi Goldberg in these movies and why she was playing these roles. And Whoopi even said, "I played those roles because that is what I was offered." She said, "I wasn't offered the Meryl Streep roles. I was playing the roles that I was offered." She had said that multiple times. Ain't nobody dealing with Markel. Movie critics used to watch with your granny. Yeah, I used to love Siskel and Ebert. And again, Whoopi has said that. Now, I'm not going to say that Whoopi didn't say what Rashad said. I didn't hear that. I heard Whoopi talking about the fact that she was criticized so much about the role she took. And she said, because that is what I was being offered. She does credit Barbara Walters for giving her the job and reaching out to her because she had been blackballed over her TV show Whoopi. It had been canceled and she had been blackballed because, and it's funny how we are today in society. Lord knows what people say about Donald Trump, but back then, some of the things she said about Bush and some of the jokes that she made, and she did a couple of like stand-ups where she made some comments about Bush and she got blackballed. Like Samuel, he took any and everything that was handed. He wanted his face known. Right. Taking a role, I'm not saying she didn't take the role. She took the role because she had said, I took the roles because I had to eat. I had a child to feed. I had to eat. So I took the roles. But again, when you look at Whoopi Goldberg coming off of the type of hype that came off of The Color Purple, even though it was shut out of the Oscars, you think you go back to the amount of hype that was over the original Color Purple and how it catapulted Whoopi Goldberg into stardom. And then you look at the movies that she did after The Color Purple. That's not what you would have expected from somebody on her level. That's the point I'm making. Jennifer Hudson said the same thing after Dreamgirls. She said the same thing. The roles that she was being, the movie that Jennifer Hudson did after Dreamgirls that I can remember was Sex and the City, where she played a secretary or personal assistant. She played Carrie Bradshaw's personal assistant. It was the roles that she was being offered. Now, has Jennifer Hudson gone on to do other things? Absolutely. She played Aretha Franklin. She's done other great roles. But when the scripts started coming in, it wasn't the stuff that you would think somebody who just won an Oscar would have been sent. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, Sister Act definitely did it. Sister Act, yeah, the NAACP came out. They were very much against The Color Purple. The NAACP was very critical of The Color Purple. They absolutely were. I just said that. Now, why y'all be? I just said it didn't win the Oscar. It was shut out. Novelty expressions. That is literally what I just said. And you said it wasn't shut out of the Oscars. They didn't win anything. That's what I'm confusion. Don't not win mean shut out. Halle Berry said the same thing. People criticized Halle Berry. Halle Berry said the same thing. Viola Davis, right? Yeah. Being offered a job and being offered a good job are two different things. But taking the bad job because you got to feed your family. Whoopi has a bad rep. They say she's mean. I love her. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, the NAA, and I was young. I was old enough, but I was old enough that I watched the movie, but I didn't see it in the theater. I saw it on VHS. But I was young enough that I don't remember all of the controversy until I got older. All right, let's get into it. Markel, I saw you fake having a business meeting yesterday. I saw you fake business meeting yesterday. I love Whoopi. I listen, y'all already know. Y'all already know that if I ever, I'm not a fangirl. I'm not a stan for people, but y'all know that I'm a fangirl and a stan for Whoopi Goldberg. And if I were ever in the same room as Whoopi Goldberg, I would probably lose my mind. Like, I'm just not that person. Like, I've been around celebrities, and I mean, I ain't saying that like I'm all of that because I'm not, but I've been in rooms with celebrities. Like when we saw Maury Povich last week and he was eating lunch, we just was like, oh, they go Maury Povich. When we saw Sherry Shepherd, like some of my friends got pictures with Sherry Shepherd because they went over there and they asked her for a picture. I'm not saying I wouldn't have asked her if she got a little bit closer to me, but she was too far away. I'm gonna tell the truth. She was too far away. But I'm just saying, I Whoopi would be a different conversation. I would lose it. And I want to go see a taping of The View. Like, I really want to go see The View when Whoopi's going to be there. I have to make sure it's a day that Whoopi's going to be there. Because if I walk in there and Whoopi ain't there, I'm going to leave. I'm just going to tell you now, I'm going to be mad. Well, you can't leave once they start filming, but I'm going to be mad as fuck. But I want to see, like, that is definitely on my to-do list. That is on my wish list for me to go and see the View when Whoopi is there. And I think I would probably burst out in tears. And I'm not a crier, but I think I would probably start crying when Whoopi came out there. I feel like I would just start crying. Anyway, moving on. All right, let's get into this. I was going to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but I think I'd have made y'all mad enough for one morning. Y'all can just go look at my review on what I said. If you watch the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I think I'd have made y'all mad enough for one day. Because I know I have a very unpopular opinion and I didn't say my piece. And then when I have three names, to pull out of the box. have 3 names out of the box. So Tracy, Abby, somebody, don't let me forget to pull the 3 names out of the box. Okay. I better hurry up before she retires. I know. So here's the problem. The View, they go on break when I'm on break. So in order for me to go see The View, I literally would have to take off work just to go to New York to see The View, because their spring, when they go, they usually take a hiatus during spring box. During they usually take a hiatus in the spring, which usually coincides with my spring break. I've tried before. Usually they're not there. The week that I'm off of my spring break is usually, for whatever reason, it coincides with the week they take off. Take summer hiatus, which usually, for the most part, not every day, but for the most part, it coincides with when I'm on summer break. And then, of course, they take off for Christmas. So I literally would either have to time it perfectly for those few days at the beginning of the summer when they're still there, because I forgot when they actually leave for summer. But you can go on the website and go on the calendar and see when they're not there. But I literally, and then, Whoopi's not there on Fridays. Well, they usually film the way they do the filming. I would have to literally be there for a Monday or a Tuesday episode, which means we about to get the Kelly Price right now, Jayla. That's why I said that's why I'm taking off Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We're gonna talk about Kelly Price. So I literally would have to be there like that Monday or Tuesday, in order to get to the Kelly Price of the things. I mean, Lord, you said Kelly Price, the Whoopi Goldberg, but I'm gonna make it happen. I'm actually trying to make it happen this year, because this year is a bucket list year for me, because I have a big birthday this year. So it's a lot of stuff I'm doing this year. I'm gonna be broke at the end of this year, but I got a lot of stuff that I want to do this year. So I might be eating oodles and noodles most of the year, but I got some things on there. I already have my birthday trip booked. I'm trying to go see my cousin who lives in Rome. So I'm trying to get that booked. And I want to get to New York to see The View. I want to try to do that before the end of the year. I want to try to do that before the end of this, like before they go on their summer break, because that's when they like negotiate their contracts and stuff. And Whoopi might not come back. What's up, YBS Mary? Don't forget, we are going directly into our members only live when we get off of here. We're going to be here for probably about another 20 minutes. And we're going to go directly into members only. Well, give me about a 30-minute window. Make me a smoothie. And then we're going to go into members only. Ooh, sorry about that. All right. Get her Timberlands and Razor box cut again. Child, let's talk about this. I love The View. Now let's talk about this. Yesterday, I saw. Hold on, let me turn my speaker on, honey, so y'all can hear her. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. If y'all want to hear the whole live, Chef Don did a live reaction and commentary on her whole live. I'm not gonna play the whole live. Just look for the video. Thelma and Louise go to The View. Right. So let me let's get to that. Let's listen to. Now I don't know. Maybe Chef Don has more insight, because I don't know who pissed in her cornflakes. I don't know why she came down here, down to Al Gore's good internet and sorry. Oh Lord. What in the world was that playing? Okay. I don't know what made Kelly Price come down here to Al Green's good internet and say the things that she had to say, but somebody pissed in her cornflakes. And like I said, Chef Don talked about the whole thing, so he might have more insight as to why she decided to come down here and say what she had to say. But I'm gonna let y'all hear a little bit of what Kelly Price had to say, and then we're gonna talk about a comment that she made, and we're gonna address it accordingly. And shout out to Jasmine Guy for winning her first Emmy. I didn't realize Jasmine Guy had never won an Emmy. I mean, an Emmy. I said an Emmy, child. Emmy. So congratulations to Jasmine Guy for a TV show or a movie or whatever it was that I never even heard of, child. So congratulations. All right. Now let's listen to what Miss Kelly Price had to say, child.
I've been able to record and tour with both gospel and R&B artists. And the lives that are lived by the people that you worship are despicable and disgusting. My heart was broken when I saw the things that happened on the road with a lot of these artists. Doing shows with these artists, all kinds of stuff. My heart was broken because there was still a part of me that believed that holiness without which no man shall see the Lord. That's biblical also. It took for me to tour and to work and to do shows with these artists that call themselves gospel artists and preachers who tried to get in my bed. That's another story. You won't get it for free. Refuse to give that for free. So,
oh, sorry.
Refuse to give that for free. Some preachers that's all over your timeline and in your YouTube right now. That if they could have gotten me in my bed or in their bed, they would have. But I don't play those games. Fuck a man. I fear God. I fear God.
If y'all haven't already got that troll, can y'all get that troll, please? I appreciate it. I'm gonna play that one more time, you guys, and then we are gonna talk about the comment that what she said in her comment section, and then we're gonna move on. I'm gonna play it one more time.
I'm one of the very few artists who have been able to record and tour with both gospel and R&B artists. And the lives that are lived by the people that you worship are despicable and disgusting. My heart was broken when I saw the things that happened on the road with a lot of these artists. Doing shows with these artists, all kinds of stuff. My heart was broken because there was still a part of me that believed that holiness without which no man shall see the Lord. That's biblical also. It took for me to tour and to work and to do shows with these artists that call themselves gospel artists and preachers who tried to get in my bed. That's a story. You won't get it for free. Refuse to give that for free.
Okay, let's pause right there for a second. Won't get that for free?
The very few artists who have been able to record and tour with both gospel and R&B artists. And the lives that are lived by...
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to start it over. But y'all, listen. When you say you won't get that for free, what you mean, girl? That mean that your story's up for sale? I mean, are you trying to write a book? Are you trying to get a book deal? Are you trying to do a tell-all interview? What you mean when you say you won't get that story for free? So that means you willing to tell it? Then she went on to talk about the people we seeing all up and down our timelines right now and our YouTube. Are you alluding to the T of the D that we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks? I mean, who you talking about, girl? Because there's a lot of pastors and bishops and archbishops and all these other people that scroll up and down our timelines, but there's only been one person that has been dominating the headlines for the last couple of weeks. Now, I ain't gonna put no name on it, but I mean, y'all can put a name on it, but I'm just confusion. Okay. Now, Chef Don said that this started because she was addressing a comment that somebody left in her comment section about her husband. And then she started talking about how she wasn't a gospel singer. And then she went on to start talking about the bishops and the pastors that wanted to sleep with her. So you just woke up on one. She said she was sick and she woke up to get her some water. And I guess she was scrolling through her social media and saw the comment and she decided she had some things to say. I'm not sure. Kelly, I stopped being worried about you after you came down here and cussed us all out for being concerned about you because your sister said you was missing and you had the Roni wrong. That's when I stopped caring. That is when I stopped caring. Okay? Now, she then left this comment, and we're gonna this is where I really wanted to go with the Kelly Price of it all. Okay? She then left this comment. Let me show y'all what she has said. She was replying to somebody in her comments, and she said, at classy queen _T. Yes, Lord, deliver us from pastor hoes and peds. Y'all can know the word. Deliver us from self-righteous congregants who send their money to liars and pimps in plain sight. Then come deliver me. The nerve you have. I was the only artist / judge on Sunday's Best that wasn't effing someone else's spouse, fornicating, or messing with kids and boys. But you have smoke for me? Fuck out of here. That's what FOH means. You ignorant church-going, brain-dead asshole. I'm a child of a preacher, 3+ generations, and I have no desire to be named among the gospel community. She went on to say other things, but I don't care about the rest of that. Can we go back up here when she talked about the Sunday's Best judges? She said I was the only artist / judge on Sunday's Best that wasn't effing someone else's spouse, fornicating, or messing with kids and boys. But you have smoke for me. Can we just pause right there for a second? Let's pause right there for a second. Let's pause right there. So let's talk for a minute about Sunday's Best. Now, Sunday's Best is a show that I did not particularly watch, not because I had a problem with it. It just wasn't on my radar. I think in hindsight, I probably would watch it. Like if it came on today, I probably would give it a shot. And it's not because, because I enjoy gospel music and stuff. It just wasn't on my radar, right? I wasn't doing YouTube and all. What was I doing YouTube? I was doing YouTube during I was doing part of it, but not from the beginning. Anyway, it don't matter. But let's talk about who was a judge on Sunday's Best when Kelly Price was a judge on Sunday's Best. So let's start with Erica Campbell, one half of the singing duo of Mary. Erica Campbell, who is married to Warren Campbell, who is now a pastor. He has his own church in LA, producer, yada, yada, yada. Now, they have been candid about the fact that Warren, dipped his toe outside of their marriage at one point in time and they got through it. But I ain't never heard nothing about no Erica. I ain't never heard nothing about Erica out here cheating on her husband or fornicating. I mean, I guess we can look at the definition of fornicating. What's up, princess? Hey, my love. Happy New Year to you. But I never heard nothing about no Erica. Now, I done heard about her husband, but I never heard about Erica. I mean, they was on a whole show. I didn't hear nothing about no Erica. Then we got Kirk Franklin, who I think was the host. I think Kirk Franklin, wasn't he the host or something? I don't know. Now, Kirk Franklin has been very open with us that he had an addiction to the PORN for a while. So maybe we can throw Kirk Franklin in that category of the fornicating. Maybe she threw him there. Okay, I'm going to give you Kirk, maybe. I ain't saying Kirk did nothing else. I'm just saying he did come down and say that he once upon a time was, the fornicator. I mean, that he was addicted to the PORN. And so maybe he got into that. I don't know. So we're going to put Kirk Franklin on to the left. Not saying that I think he did nothing wrong. I'm just trying to go through who the people were. Now, she said when she was a judge. Now, the other person, when she was a judge, is a young man by the name, and I don't know him because y'all know I don't be into the gospel like that. I like gospel music, but I don't listen to it to know all the people. But Jonathan McReynolds was also on the show when Kelly Price was a judge. Now, Kelly Price, I Googled the man. I had to Google him. Okay. They said Jonathan McLawrence was born in, said it was, his music was born in his dorm room in the presence of a few friends. And he graduated into Christian music's biggest stage. Jonathan is now 33. He's a Grammy Award winner. He's a 5-time Grammy nominee. He's a 15-time Stellar winner and a 4-time Dove winner. So he's clearly very impactful within the gospel community. So are you throwing this on him? Are you throwing this accusation on him? Now, I believe, I could be wrong, for the people who watched the show, cleared up for me. I believe that is who were the judges when Kelly Price was on the show. Now, there were other judges, and we can talk about that in a second. But I'm talking about the people when Kelly Price was on the show. They were the judges. Erica, Jonathan, Kirk Franklin, Jonathan, and was Donnie McClurkin? Was it Donnie McClurkin? Okay. Now, we know that Donnie McClurkin ended up being a judge on the show. Now, Donnie McClurkin has told us that he wrestled with the demon of homosexuality. So I don't know. You talking about him? I don't know. You talking about Donnie? Because he said that he did wrestle with the demon. I'm using his words. I'm not saying I think it's a demon. I'm talking about his words. Okay. But he said he don't live that life no more. That's what Donnie said. Donnie said he don't live that life no more. But he did say that once upon a time. Okay. Erica's sister came down to the show at one point in time, and we know her husband went through the things that her husband went through. Donnie was a judge before Kelly. Okay, thank y'all. Because I didn't watch the show. Okay. Really be keep in mind, or the producers. Who else? I know Kirk Franklin was a producer, right? Okay, Kelly, Erica, and Jonathan McReynolds. Yolanda Edwards Yolanda Adams was a judge. Kim Burrell at one, but those were after Kelly left. I'm just trying to deal with while she was on the show, right? She said while she was a judge. So the people while she was a judge was Kirk Franklin, Lawrence. What I just say that man name was? Jonathan McReynolds and Erica Campbell. So let's just deal with the people who were there when she was there, because that's what she's talking about. Well, that's what she said in her statement. She said, while I was on the show. So, girl, who you trying to say was out here sleeping around and was out here doing these things? My other issue is, let's just call a thing a thing. Let's just call a thing a thing, Kelly. If you did know of these things that were going on, then you're no better than all the rest of these people that you seem to have a problem with, because you literally said that you had knowledge of a crime being committed and you ain't tell nobody. You said that somebody on that show liked to mess with little boys. That's a crime. And now, because it's Mad Day, you want to throw it out there and act like you so self-righteous. But ma'am, that don't make you any, to me, that don't make you any better than anybody else. Because if you saying, I'm not saying she's telling the truth, y'all. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm just saying, let's walk down that road for a second. Let's walk down the road that she's telling the truth. Let's walk down that road like she's telling the truth. Ma'am, you just admitted to knowing about a crime being committed, and you didn't tell nobody. And then turn around and say that you would sell your story for $1. You ain't gonna tell it for free. You're gonna sell it. I'm just saying, I ain't about to sit here, and you also better look over your shoulder and make sure you don't get no cease and desist from somebody. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I'm Erica Campbell and I know I wasn't doing nothing down to the Sunday's Best, okay, And if I'm what that man's name is again, y'all, hold on, let me scroll back up. I don't know why I keep forgetting this young man's name. And if I'm Lawrence, is it Lawrence? Is the man named Lawrence? What I say that man name was, y'all? Y'all know who I just said, the third guy. If it's me, I know, and I know I wasn't down there messing with no little boys, and I wasn't doing them kinds of things. And like I said, you know, Kirk Franklin had already told us that he liked the PORN, but we ain't never heard nothing about Kirk Franklin with no little boys. I never heard the story. Maybe other people, maybe the church folk heard them, but I never heard them. I heard that Kirk Franklin allegedly be stealing people, used to steal people money and didn't pay nobody. And he told us himself that he liked to listen to a little, he liked to watch a little too much of X-Vid and them other things. But I never heard about him doing nothing inappropriate with no little boys. Now, I never heard that. But if you knew Miss Kelly Price, and if you had proof, Miss Kelly Price, then you should have been telling the police and not Instagram at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm just saying. Some people, you know, Kelly Price for me is one of those people that should never do reality. Like she should have never done reality TV. She should have never done. She's one of those people that I say she, because we saw a side of Kelly Price that we have not recovered from. I still see y'all saying it in the chat now about how she acted down to the Americas. I mean, down to the R&B divas. She should have never. And we saw her on R&B divas act a whole damn fool, right? Then your sister a couple of years ago was looking for you, said that you was missing, that you was sick. We didn't know where you were. Your husband wouldn't let you talk to nobody. And then you came down here and cussed your sister out and told us, mind our damn business. So you know what we've been doing, Kelly? We've been minding our damn business. Because I don't think I said your name since then. I don't think in no tribe meeting since we found you have I mentioned your name. You told me to mind my business, so I'm minding my business. But you rolled over at 2 o'clock in the morning, and well, I don't know what time. But you rolled over and decided you was going to address this lady in your comments because she said something about your husband, and now you done blasted the whole America's what is called Sunday's best. I was great. I was going to say America's next Sunday. I don't know what I was going to say, but Sunday's best. You done blasted the whole Sunday's best judge crew. All them people done got hit with the straight bullets because you mad at some lady in your comments that said something about your husband. Girl, if you don't go take several damn seats, go sit down somewhere. Go sit down somewhere. She lied on the women on R&B divas and started screaming. She did lie, Rashad. She sure did lie. And you was coming for my girl Shantae, and I love me some Shantae Moore. Let me tell you something. I have been a Shantae Moore fan since I first heard her. I love me some Shantae Moore. And you had Shantae Moore all down to the R&B divas showing her ass too, because you was acting a fool. Right, we ain't even gonna talk about that. You know what, Don, that might be the last time I talked about her when she went down to that Hertz place and acted a damn fool because she said that they gave her an economy and they wouldn't up. I don't know what, I don't even remember what the argument was, child, but I don't know. She was down to the Hertz acting a fool. But notice we never saw part 2 of that video. She told me something. I'm not leaving until the manager shows up, and they was like, "Man, you can wait outside, but you can't wait in here." Remember, they told her she had to leave. She said, I can't wait in here. They was like, no, ma'am, you can't wait in here. You can wait, but you can wait out there. Remember they very politely put her ass out. They very politely told her, you can wait over there. You can't wait in here. They very nicely show her to the left. That was funny to me. I have to remember that. You gotta remember that. Child. She never give us no part 2 to that hurt situation. That's how you know it ain't end the way she wanted it to end. I'll be honest with y'all. I don't remember why. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube. Because I don't remember why she was arguing with them Hurts people. I really don't remember the story now because it was a couple of years ago. I honestly don't remember the story now. But what I do remember was it sounded ridiculous. Hold on. Let me see. Kelly Price. Hertz. Let me see if I can find it. Because I don't really remember what the whole situation was. She went to Hertz and she got denied service. The police were called. Let me see. Kelly Price receives shocking letter from Hertz. I don't remember the story, child. Oh, that's what it was. They tried to say she stole a car. Yeah, that's what it was. They tried to say she stole a car or something. I don't know, child. I don't remember. But I know that they tried to say, here, oh, wait a minute. Here it is from her going off on an agent. Hold on. Let me see if I can get to this. Hold on. This is the problem I'm having. The woman called me, first of all, like I was. Okay, hold on. This is it right here. I'm gonna let y'all hear. This is only like let me turn my speaker back on so y'all can hear. This is a little clip, and then we're gonna get off of here, child. Hold on. Yeah, it was two different situations. She had her issue twice. All right, let's listen to a little bit of it.
Stupid. Second of all, like I don't call and I had to go see her. I rented a car from Hertz and returned the car less than 24 hours later when I got back on my flight to come home. Hertz has not closed out the rental, so I've been harassed every day since then, at least 3 calls a day by someone at Hertz who's saying that I still have the car. Um, Problem I'm having right now is that I just had a woman named Kelly from Hertz who called me to tell me that she was sending the police to my house. Now, mind you, I've been speaking to someone every single day. Hertz has hit my account every day. They've taken $15 additional $100 out of my account in the last 5 days because they're saying I still have the car. They double checked. They know that the car is there. They just know that the lazy young lady that works at the airport is behind in her paperwork and she hasn't closed out my agreement when the car has been back there since the 15th of May. This is the problem I'm having. The woman called me, first of all, like I was stupid. Second of all, like I don't know my rights. Third of all, she was talking to me like I was crazy. Kelly is her name. Ugh, how you got that name, I don't know, because most Kellys are incredible people. They messed up with you. Matter of fact, since you like talking to people like they're nobody, her number is area code not.
I ain't saying her phone
like
number.
I'm stupid. Now, I don't want to make it about this whole thing because
now she gave out the lady phone number and told her people to call that lady and harass her. But okay,
you know everybody thinks everything is about black and white, but I'm pretty clear I was talking to a Asian woman. She was absolutely sure she's talking to a black, and I did curse her the whole hell out because I've been dealing with this for over a week, and Hertz can't seem to get their stuff together. I'm trying to figure out how somebody that works in a local edition of Hertz, no one in corporate and no one in regional has the power to override it when someone at the local place does not do their job and close out the records. First, I want an apology, Hertz. Second, I need all my money back, every bit of it. Lastly, Kelly, who called me from that 95 number in Jacksonville, please go back and review the tapes. You are going to hear me curse her out, but you're also going to hear her talk to me like I'm a dumb little girl. And if something does not happen about that, Hertz is going to be hearing from my lawyers. I am so not playing. Y'all have called me multiple times a day. I've told you all the same story every single time. I have not had this car since the 15th, and you all are harassing me. Even if I did have the car, even if the car was overdue, if this was a legitimate bill collection attempt, you are still not allowed to harass people. So I don't know about people. I don't know if people understand that even if you do have bill collectors calling you, it's against the law for them to harass you. It's against the law for them to you, and it's against the law for them to scream and yell at you, which Kelly from Hertz did.
I need to hear that call because I need to know whether Kelly started or you started. Okay, I need to know who started the yelling. But yeah, so then she had a separate incident where she was down at the Hertz place because of something dealing with an upgrade. I don't know, but I'm with y'all. Why would she even go back? What happened with the car? Child, she claimed they had the car and they just ain't do the paperwork. I don't know. And I mean, stuff like that does happen. I mean, mistakes do happen. Stuff like that does happen. So I can't say that ain't happening. I can't say that them people didn't have that car and they were still charging her as if she ain't turned that car in. I mean, Kelly didn't get a receipt. Listen, there's so many different ways that situation could be resolved. Right. Did she not get a receipt? Like, it's so many different ways I think could be resolved. But anyway, let me get ready to get off of here, you guys. We will be back tonight for the Real Housewives of Potomac live review at around 9:15, 9:10-ish. I'm going to schedule it. Don't forget that money. Don't forget money. Lord. Monday we will be having the Whether You Like It or Not panel. And members, we will be in members only, let's say 2:00. That's 30 minutes. But let me pick 3 names. I said I needed to pick 3 names, so let me pick 3 names. Tracy and Abby, it could be you. Not the car was at her house. All right. Name number 1. It's a bonus one. So now instead of 3 names, it's gonna be 5 names. So Ashley Danielle, you are a winner. You have won some Really Be merch. You have won some Really Be merch, Ashley Danielle. Carter Bing and Mrs. S. You guys have won a book out of the book box. You have won a book out of the book box. So Ashley Danielle, Carter Bing, and Mrs. S. It just says Mrs. S. So if you are a member under the name Mrs. S, that is you. Ashley Danielle, I need you to just email me and let me know that you won, because you will be winning some Really Be merch. Carter Bing, I need you to email me with your YouTube name and a name if you don't want me to put Carter Bing, and an email, an address. I need an address for all 3 of these people. But you guys are winners. Okay, so I'm still picking 2 more names. I'm picking 2 more names. I'm digging deep, y'all. I'm trying to get the people that want me to put their name. I'm digging deep. Okay. Let's see. Oh, let's see what name this is. Bap, you are a winner. Bap is a winner. Bap, you have won some Really Be TV merch. I think I might. Bap, email me with your name you want me to put on your thing, and an address where I can send it. And a name where I can say, well, I can tell you, Tracy and Abby, I can tell you that your name is not on the same sheet. So it will never be, your name ain't on the same sheet. Okay. So BAP is a winner. And my last name that I will be pulling today is Robin Curry. Robin Curry. So reach out to me, Robin Curry. Email me. Send me again a name where you want me to send it, and an address. A name and an address. Members, we will be going into members only in 30 minutes. I gotta rotate my clothes in the washer and dryer, and I gotta make me a smoothie. Okay. Please, thank you, Abby. Please send all email to ReallyBthePodcast@gmail.com. Thank you, and thank you again. Bye, y'all.